We talked about this last year, and I spoke upon it last year a little bit, so this year I'm going to speak upon it a little bit more. We always seem to talk about this pregnancy in the terms of the woman who wants to be pregnant. We never really talk about what it means to be pregnant and what a woman goes through when she's pregnant. We don't talk about the fact that a woman goes through morning sickness. So imagine a woman who doesn't want the child having to go through morning sickness. We don't talk about the mother while she's pregnant whose blood pressure rises, who has gestational diabetes. We don't talk about those factors. We never talk about pregnancy itself and what goes into being pregnant. I had a wife who had children and whose profession it was to take care of women who had children. So I understand the uniqueness of pregnancy. I understand that a woman's never closer to death than when she's having a baby. What we are doing here by saying that you must have a child is we're turning pregnancy into a sentence like we would do for a wrongdoing. So that every time that child kicks, it's now a punishment. Every time that child takes from the woman in terms of nourishment, it's a punishment. We don't think about these things when we think about not allowing a woman to have this choice. What does she go through to bring life into the world? We don't think about these things. Maybe because most of the people who are making these decisions are men. And we don't have to do it. I believe what the person said. If it was men who had to do this, we wouldn't be talking about this today. What we're saying by not allowing women to make this choice, we're not only giving pregnancy as a sentence to them, what we're saying to our wives is that we don't trust you. What we're saying to our daughters is that we don't trust you. What we're saying to our nieces and our cousins is we don't trust you. For this, but for everything else, we trust you. We trust you to raise us. We trust you to carry you for 9 months. We trust you to cook for us, to clean for us, to make us feel good when we're feeling down. We trust you for so much of what we go through in life. But for this, we can't trust you. And that's not a message that I'm willing to send to the women that I love. Because we have shown that when the rubber meets the road, women typically get it right. So for this and almost every other thing, my message is, if I have to make a choice, then I choose women.
Representative Gottlieb, you're recognized in debate.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield the floor to Representative Edmonds.